So, hello, happy holidays and happy new year and Merry Christmas to everyone. I am so happy to talk to you again. And I really wanted to talk to you about chronic fatigue. It seems like a lot of people are feeling not themselves lately. A lot of people and everybody suffering from some type of fatigue. And today I'm going to talk about fatigue in its physical form, the body form, how we feel it in our body, what are the root causes, what are the fast solutions, what I see a lot of times work on myself. I have a lot more stressors nowadays than I used to. And helping my body to go through the stressors without having this crazy fatigue. I did get a little, I don't know, virus or cold my youngest one brought, so my nose is a little stuffed up, but it's nothing comparing to how I used to get sick, you know? And also we're going to talk about confidence, and I'll show you, because I always work with body, mind, and soul. So from the different aspects, I show you how to overcome this chronic fatigue and how it's connected to confidence, and it has everything to do with confidence and how what's going on in your life, your fatigue, in terms of how your brain processing the stressors. It's going to be a little bit longer, the webinar, but it's going to be the talk, but it's going to be such an amazing thing. So if you watch like on YouTube or Instagram or here in Facebook, it's just I want to tell you that I don't want to be in a hurry. It's going to be a longer one, but you're going to get amazing things that if you start doing them, if you actually not just listen, but actually take a pen and a paper and apply or buy the herb or supplement that I recommend, you will see the huge difference in how you feel, in how you start your year, in how you live your life. And I'm telling you, the thing is, your body changes all the time. You can reverse chronic illness, chronic fatigue, chronic health problem. It's just you have to give it a little bit of time and keep the focus and actually do things. It's amazing. That's why what our bodies can do. That's why I call my, I don't like to call it program, but yeah, my program a Limitless Body, because they are absolutely limitless. So let's get to important stuff. First, we're going to talk about mind, and I'm going to give you badass, amazing things how to help your mind to overcome the chronic fatigue first, because we are more fatigued in our mind, in our brain, in our soul, even more than our body. Body is just reflecting of what's going on with your life. And you have to be brutally honest right now with all the energies coming on earth. And I am kind of like a body healer for energy healers. So I tell you, with the crazy, beautiful, amazing, fascinating energies coming on earth, how fast everything changes, you just can't stay the same. We have to constantly work on becoming faster, stronger, better. This is why we came to this earth. But the thing is, how we don't get fatigued and tired from doing this is to enjoy the process, is to love, fall in love with life. People who experience chronic fatigue, they just tired of living. They have this, and I have an article on my website about, like desire of death. You're just so tired, you don't see, you not feel like you in love with life anymore. And I have another video on my YouTube channel, is Life 120. Watch that one when I talk about the mission and how the people who have certain mission, and doesn't have to be save humanity, it can be mission in your family, how that can create miracles in your life and body. But this is going to be this first part. At the second part, I'm going to show you the coolest things that I use to bring my body back to energy fast. And there are two ways I always work on the energy, on the chronic fatigue. One is just to make you feel better right here, today, right after we talk. You can apply this and you're going to start feeling energy. And the second part is more of a long term, when we revive your mitochondria, those little guys in your cells that making energy for you. This is important. As soon as those guys sense the inflammation, they get in a defense mode and they don't make energy for you. So we're going to talk about their health. The healthy mitochondria, healthy cells, they create energy for you. So stay with me for this time. Now we're going to talk about confidence, how you go through life, and why do you feel so fatigued and so tired. First, I want to tell you that we are going through life not even understanding that we not ourselves. We're living like a persona, someone else. For example, if I ask you, after you close your door, nobody sees you. When you go to bathroom, when you just, the way you eat, the way you do things just by yourself are probably going to be totally different from Alisa that by herself is totally different from, for example, Alisa used to be Alisa that is how she is with her family, and she's totally different how she is with her friends, and she's totally different how she is with like coworkers, somebody else, somebody she doesn't know, and she has to walk in the room and she sees the room full of people she doesn't know. So for each type of situation, we have different persona. And we have to live this life, and it's pretty daunting, it's pretty exhausting, and it's all come from shame. I always say that guilt and shame are the worst feelings on earth. That's how all of the autoimmunity start. That's how all of these chronic problems start, because through our whole life we care. The anger can be healthy because we're protecting our boundaries. Envy, jealousy can be healthy because we want something better for ourselves, like other people. But shame and guilt, it's not directed to anything outside of you. It's all directed to you. So shame and guilt are the worst ever feelings on earth, when we, since the early childhood, we're taught by the parents, system, school, friends, adults, how to be guilty and ashamed of something. And I'll show you how to break that cycle once and for all. But the thing is, when you're feeling shame and guilt, that means you are a changed person. You did something you are not very healthy, very happy about, and you are not the same person anymore. So there is no reason to beat yourself up, to carry this big bag with the bricks with you all the time. And shame and guilt, it is that. It's a big bag of like very heavy bricks that we carry on our shoulders all the time. And how excruciatingly tiring you have to be when you carry those your whole life, right? And it all starts very early. Sometimes it's 2 years old, sometimes it's 3 years old, sometimes even before. But kids and shame, it starts very early. So when you are born, you run around naked. I look at my children, especially my youngest one right now, and it's amazing how confident, how free, how amazing he feels. And most of the time he wants to be naked. And I have a older child. She's a girl, right? And if I would be not careful and I didn't know everything I know right now, I could create a lot of damage for both of my kids by sometimes shaming, sometimes telling them, wrong things. And there is nothing wrong about mother, because our children come, that's another thing for you to forget guilt about. Your child come exactly to a mother it needs to come to live through certain things. Believe it or not, our parents, that's another thing that can help you to process the childhood traumas. We come to exactly the parents that are here to help us. We have an agreement. They're exactly the best teachers for us. So if you have a mom guilt, you need to forget about it, because if you didn't have certain things, even if you're an alcoholic mom, your child come exactly to you. If you weren't alcoholic, it would come to another alcoholic mother. I know it's hard to understand, and somebody probably throw a couple of tomatoes my way, but we always feel guilty because we think we're responsible for everything. And it also coming from early childhood. But man, listening to me right now, you know how excruciatingly painful it can be if you, for example, masturbating, right? If you in your bedroom and all of a sudden somebody opens the door, and how many of men been through that, and women maybe touching themselves. It starts very early in a childhood, when a person growing up and coming to this world, they don't see the difference between their nose and their vagina or penis. They don't know the difference. It's all normal, and it is normal. This is part of our body, divine, healthy, absolutely beautiful parts. And it's absolutely natural for kids to explore themselves, to touch themselves, to be interested in other people, other kids' sexual organs. But in our society, it became such a taboo, such a shame. Like, we don't have sex, right? We don't, or it's either we don't have sex and it's taboo and it's shameful, or it's a pornography. It's everything is just like out of control. Right now, it's always polarity. The whole world is just crazy about the polarities. But we so often we understand that our own body is shameful. A part of our body is shameful. If you were sexually assaulted, if you were even like 2 years old and you touch yourself and mom said, no, you can't do this, or you did something with your sexual organs, even right now when I talk about penis or vagina or something like this, a lot of people gonna cringe and be like, oh, she's talking about it. And we are so used to a lot of things in our society that are pretty healthy, and they're supposed to be healthy without these crazy polarities, either taboo or like over like pedophilia and all of these over getting out of control. We're so used to these programs that are not natural for us. But the thing is, we have a shame to touch ourselves. We have shame to make a lot of monies, because when you really growing up, you hear a lot of like, oh, the money for elites, the money is dirty, the money is shameful. So a lot of us, we have no understanding how to manage money, how to deal with money. Our parents always connect money to shame. It is shameful to ask somebody how much money you make. It is shameful to even think about surround yourself with the friends that make certain amount of money, just because you want to learn from them, just because you want to somebody who achieves something. Money become dirty, be different is shameful. Like, oh, look at her, she's dressed like a prostitute or something like this. Everything, all of our exploring the world, all of the possibilities, a lot of things that's supposed to be healthy become shameful. And that's how we grow up. You can't be yourself anymore. So most of the people, majority of the people, I was one of them, walking on earth, we are not ourselves. We realize early in life that we should be shameful about something. We should be guilty about something. I always compare us to like cabbage, or let's do carrots today. The carrots, when you take the carrot out of soil, it's very dirty, like the dirt is on it. And to see the vegetable, the carrot, we have to peel and we have to clean all of this dirt. The same thing we have to do nowadays, not to make money, to get healthy body, to be ourselves. We have to work on, and that's what I do with my ladies a lot. We have to work on removing all of these ideas, all of this bullshit that society, people, parents, just because they didn't know better, but they are our best teachers. Everybody that put on us. And it's our job, it's our responsibility to work with someone, to get the information. There are a lot of bullshit information out there too. You have to choose your information. You always have a choice. Shamelessly, you can say no to people, no to information. You got to choose. When you get more and more to the core of this carrot, when you start peeling the dirt, when you become yourself, that's when I guarantee you will lose that fatigue, that excruciating fatigue, plus the cool things that I'm going to share with you in the second part, like the physical stuff. But the thing is, the carrot, right? It's just so you have to become yourself. You have to work on yourself. I even tell my ladies sometimes, take a picture of your genitals, look at them. And if you can't even do this, it's just how much trauma, even sometimes the trauma you don't even understand, lives in your body. They tell you from the start, women, that sex is dirty, you shouldn't touch yourself, everything is bad. And then you go out and you sleep with a boy maybe before you get married and stuff like this. And there is a shame, deep shame created, and you living with this shame. Or there is a lot of things. And these women, sometimes they don't want to be with their husband. Sometimes they have a lot of things we don't know how even voice, how to tell our husband what we really want. So we have this grudge inside, and then we have to sleep with them. So what's going to happen? You going to accumulate this garbage, these heavy bricks, that you have to sleep with a guy, but you have a lot of things that you're not agreeing with. It's almost like prostitution. So a lot of things like this, you go through life and you don't even understand how much they affect your health. And it's layer after layer after layer. You have these heavy bricks. That's why we're so fatigued, because we are confused, we are disappointed, we are heavy, we do so much stuff in our life that we don't want to do. We can't say no to people around us, to our parents, to our husband, to our friends. We don't know how to protect ourselves. We don't know how to feel ourselves. We don't know how to understand our body and our soul anymore. And that's where fatigue is coming from. So, you know, we talked about, right? Parents said it's shame right from the start. Something is always not good. And the thing is, when we become powerful and energetic, when we stop being these kids, and every time you have a trauma as a child, you kind of stop. Part of your soul, part of your mind, part of your psyche, and the Freud student was really good. Jung, right? Is he? I'm not sure how to pronounce him in English. Uh, it's Jung in Russian. Jung, I think he's the guy who studied after Freud. He said that the same, and a lot of spiritual teachers, like part of your soul get left out at that age when you get the assault, when you get this trauma, that shame and guilt, that's something that traumatizes you. And the same psychology teaching us. So your psyche, whenever you get the trauma, part of the development of you stops at this age. So basically we grow up becoming adults, but we lost ourselves so many times during these traumas that it's probably this little part of us is actually an adult. And a lot of us is actually that child who didn't get what they want, who didn't get understanding, who didn't get love, who didn't get like normal development on this earth. And this is normal. We all, unfortunately or fortunately, we came here for development. So it's a normal process. And when we're becoming adults, it's our job to go back and filter all of these traumas and becoming adults again. Because an adult is the one who is so full of energy, resources, money, health, um, healthy emotions. We're so full of life as an adult that we can give to other people. Look at parents. Parents give. Look, the person who becoming, look at God. God always gives without asking us. Look at earth, always gives us. We are salting earth, but it gives us because this is the adult energy. So adult is someone who can share, who can serve. But nowadays, there are a lot of kids walking on earth thinking they're adults. Kids at 30, they're still kids. 40, they're still kids. 50, they're still kids. We go to work. We have even built businesses. Not as successful as we want to because we're still children. When you're adult, you give, you give, you give. and it doesn't become daunting. And when you're a child, when you have this shame and guilt, thank you, shame and guilt stuck into you, you can't give. And even if you give something to other person, you want something in return. And then you don't get this in return. You create another trauma. You understand? If there is trauma after trauma after trauma, and you don't even understand what's wrong with the world. You don't understand why everything is so daunting, why everything is so heavy, why I'm doing so much effort but I can't make money, why I'm doing so much effort in eating healthy but I'm still feeling fatigued and my organs still failing. Because the things, the shame and guilt, all these traumas, they're still living in your body, and you didn't process them. You pretend to be adult, but you're a wounded child inside. I'm not saying directly you, right? It's just like the way I'm expressing it. And some of us, still, I'm working a lot of them. I help other people now to work on them. When I do my child upgrade practice with my ladies, each one of them cries, some uncontrollably. Why? Because they are wounded children inside. And that's why not just through my awesome body stuff that I do with my people, but also through psychology, I help them to remove, not just I help you to remove yeast, parasites, toxins, everything that's stuck in your body. I also help you to remove everything that's stuck in your psyche, so you can grow up, become adult, become the container, energetic container of love and power and strength, so you could give it to other people. That's when you can serve without expectation, and that's you becoming unstoppable, my dear. Actually, on Instagram, if you go to my bio, and on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, I have a meditation about that, how to feel more of a grown up who can serve, who can give to other people. And that meditation is amazing. I invite you to go and check it out. So you kind of like understand things about trauma. This was an introduction, enough about that. So now let's take a closer look some of the things that I'm going to share with you, how you can start getting out of, how can you have adult look at your life, and how you can, without digging too much into the past. That's what I don't like. What I like to do with people is to fix, heal, reverse everything right here on the spot without digging too much into the past. Sometimes I do rapid transformational therapy. It's like a form of a hypnosis, which we just go in the past and we remove the old trauma, like the old software. But the thing is, right now, without anybody else, you can do things to overcome that fatigue, that baggage, those bricks, to drop them and don't have that anymore holding you back from your money, from your health, from your relationships, from understanding other people. Because what happens in the families, two children live together and then they have other children and they claim that they adults, but they're not. That's why generation after generation, the patterns repeat in the family. A lot of these things, traumatic traumas, they came not actually from yourself. There is an amazing book, It Didn't Start With You. I forgot the author, I'm sorry, but you can Google it. It didn't start with you. You can read about generational trauma. Sometimes these patterns, they come from, your grandmother to your mother to you, your grandfather to your father to you, grandfather. Like in my family, it was because of Russia after World War II, all of the guys got killed. So it's a lot of, in our lineage, it's a lot of women should be like this, getting into everything. I can do it all, like the horse, the burning house. I can like stop the flame. I can, like, you do everything. A lot of male energy. We can tell, and it took me a while to realize this pattern. Like, I don't want to have endometriosis, fibroids, breast cancer, like my grandmother, like my mom, and how that was created. I share some, personal history with you because I want you to understand how this created. And I had endometriosis. I had all of this infertility, that. My ovaries, like low progesterone, every female problem, you name it, I used to have. how was it coming from? Of course, from my estrogen progesterone was, my pathways were choosing the toxic estrogen. But without getting too much into information, I can tell you the physical body was reflecting what was going on energetically and psychologically in my mind. You can read Louise Hay, you can read Liz Bourbeau. They're amazing ladies. They can explain you how psychosomatics means your mind affecting your body, how it influences our body, and how all of these things are born. But the thing is, in our lineage, these men like women always were saying, I can do it better, I can do it better. And then men, they were competing with men, which is a big no-no for a woman. We can be amazing, we can be successful, we can even build better career with men, but we have to do it our way. We cannot compete with men. And the thing is, when I start changing it in my body, oh my God, it was so hard because I didn't have somebody like me to help me. But I had some amazing women and teachers and people who help me. That's why mentors are absolutely important. You just have to find yours. Mentors are everything. Every successful person have a mentor because you can achieve it 5, 10, 100 times faster, whatever is your goal. But the thing is, whenever I heal that stupid pattern of competing with my man, everything changed for me. And I didn't have to change my man, my husband. Look at our transformations. I was spending time competing with him and telling him what to do, and then I stopped everything and I changed myself. I completely accepted him for who he are and how he is, and I changed myself, the dynamics of competing with men. I healed that wounded girl who never got the father's love because my parents got divorced and stuff like that. And that wounded child who had like a cousin who was sexually assaulting her. I healed those patterns. This is important to heal. And then I became absolutely different woman. But I am becoming now who I really am. But at first, I became someone else. I created imaginary woman, and I'll show you the process, how to do it right now. Because right now, if I tell you become yourself, you don't even know what to start with. I didn't know. Nobody knows if you so deep into these wounds. So I found that, and it's my opinion, it is when you're completely lost with your health, with your money, with everything, you're fatigued, everything's going not the way you wanted to go. Don't follow advice like find yourself, be your real self, because you don't even know where that real self, that carrot is, it's like so much mud on top. You don't even know what it is, like what is underneath all this mud. So what I invite you to do is to find another carrot that is clean and shiny and beautiful, and look at that carrot. like enough of carrots. What I invite you to do is to create the woman you want to be. I have another video on my YouTube that says archetype of a woman. So what you do is you find a woman on the internet, in your friendship, in your friends, somebody you want to look like. Maybe she can become your mentor. Maybe you can just adore her from the screen. But study her, how she talks, how she looks, because if you want to be like her, you have all of the capacities to be like her. You are her. You have her. You have her everything. It's just sleeping inside of you. And after you become her, like her, it's something you respect her for. It's something you adore her for. Then you get some of the qualities she has. You start respecting and adoring yourself. And then the second step is to becoming yourself. Then you can find your real self. The woman, how to become that woman who is adult, who is clear of all of these wounds. That's how, and who has the energy. I promise you, when you will stop being all of this tired of life woman, when you start clearing those things. And I tell you, jealousy is good, envy is good, Anger is good. All of your emotions except guilt and shame are good. Accept them when they come to you. Don't run from them. They told us it's shameful to feel guilty. To feel angry. No, it's not. Have your anger, baby. It's shameful to be jealous of somebody else's house. No, it's not, babe. Be jealous of somebody's house because you can have it. If you are envy somebody's appearance, house, money, cars, that means you can have them. So be that. What I want you to stop being for your energy and to stop being fatigued is stop being guilty about everything. Say no to people. Stop being shameful about your body, about what you do with your children, about how you talk, how you walk, what's going on with your life. Maybe you're a mom with children and you're not building your career. You have a shame about that. Maybe you're building your career and you're leaving your children for that. You have a shame about that. We always have shame and guilt about something. So first thing, I want you to take a pen and a paper and please write down everything you feel shameful or guilty about. For example, me, I can be the working mom, right? I feel shame that I leave my children. I always want, like with clients or travel or do something. I can put in there, I feel shameful that I'm leaving my children. I feel shameful that I'm not always looking my best. I feel shameful that sometimes I wipe my hands on my pants. I really do. I feel shameful. Sorry. I feel shameful, like whatever is yours. The key is here is to really write the things down. When you write it down, you unload it from your subconscious mind. And subconscious mind is the one who really rules you. That's why you can't heal. That's why you're not making money you want. That's why something else going on. As soon as you overcome that, I'm just going to listen to it and think about it and actually take a pen and a paper and write it down, you will see transformations in your life. But don't be lazy and do that. And put everything that you feel shame and guilt about. And when you wrote down, I'm a mom who leaves my children all the time for work. Then after you have a list, like unload everything that you feel shame and guilt about, then go in there and turn it into the positive. So I yell at my children. How we turn it into positive? You can write down, this is a good lesson for them, you know, and it's, you can still working on removing that yell less at your children, but you will understand why you're doing this when you put it in the paper. I yell at my children, I'm doing this because I feel like I am very stressed. They never listen to me. And think about, turn it into something positive, turn it into something where is you can change something. A mother who leaving my children all the time, you can turn it around and say, well, just because I'm making money with it, I can buy my children happiness, because you can't buy happiness for money. You can buy travel for money. You can get puppies for your children, expensive puppies they want, like I did. You can get vacations for your children. You can go somewhere with your children. You can have a vacation in the Caribbean with your husband. Isn't that happiness? Yes. You can buy health for money. You can buy the best masseuse. You can buy the best supplements. You can. They told us this bullshit to shame us about money, that you can buy happiness and health for money. Yes, you can. This is just one of the things I worked on, so I'm pretty passionate about that. So change it to the guilty shame into power. Remember, write everything down you feel bad about and change it into power, where you powerful, where you creator. When you create and you powerful, watch how fast your health gonna change. Watch how fast that fatigue's gonna start going away. Watch how fast you're gonna run around bushy-tailed and bright eyes. This is the one thing. Turn your shame and guilt into power. Write it down, girl, and change it into powerful sentences. The second one, start saying no. If you feel like not having sex tonight, say no to your husband. If you feel like your mother-in-law shouldn't come to your house today, say no. If you feel like your mom is saying something to your children that you don't like, You can say no, or you can say yes, but at the same time, you can negotiate in your own head, like, well, it's my mom, I'm respect her, I'm gonna let it slide today, but I'm not gonna feel guilty or shameful that I chose, to agree with her. Always don't be just like a little girl. Oh, I said yes, but I feel shame about it. No, you said yes because as an adult, you chose to say yes. Do you understand what I'm saying? So learn as an adult how to say no to everything that doesn't belong to you. And if you still don't want to do it, but you don't want to say no, say yes, but always talk to your mind like an adult. Hold on, hold on. I'm not a little girl in this position by saying no, by saying yes. It's just I'm going to negotiate with that. Okay. Another thing is very important one. Number 3, please do this. Close your tasks. And if you have anything you still didn't finish from last year, from last week, put a numbers on it. Make it your priority. Finish the course that you bought. If you don't like it, close it and say, I'm never going to finish it. If you have a course that is like running for like 3 months and you're like, oh, I'm in the middle of it, I don't know, finishing, not finishing, go through it really fast and close it. Or just close it because you don't like it anymore. Finish the tasks, finish the promises. If you started something, finish your project. Every time you have your list and you check and you finish it, you have a boost of dopamine in your brain. And if you don't finish it, you have a boost of cortisol. So all of your open projects, all of the things that you said you're going to do, you either forget about them or you do them. Because when you said you're going to do it and you're planning, you never finish it, cortisol, stress hormones, adrenaline, all of these stress hormones stealing your progesterone and giving you ongoing fatigue, because when cortisol constantly running in your body, it's like inflammation. You create fatigue in your body. All of these unclosed tasks create fatigue. Closed tasks is dopamine, your feel-good neurotransmitter in your brain. Didn't close the task, it's cortisol. This is one of the most bad habits to have. And I was a champion of the habit. No wonder I had all of this cortisol running through my body. Oh my God, I was the queen of not finishing tasks. And I'm very, very, very good doing multiple projects at the same time. And I'm so good at that. When they tell you like you can't do several projects at the same time, I'm the queen of that. But I also was queen of not finishing them. And now it's my priority. If I start something, I'm going to finish it. So it's very helpful. Throw away everything and I'm like broken record. I always talk about it. Unload your messages, erase all of the unsubscribe, erase all of the old pictures, organize. That's another thing. Every time, especially women brain, because men are more natural in that, but we're more chaotic. But this is beauty in it too. But we're more messy, right? So when we organize, when we especially throw away stuff, finish, close, and subscribe, delete, finish, close, and subscribe, delete. That way, every time you do this, it's dopamine, feel good. And you teach your brain, because it feels good all the time, you teach your brain to actually close your task. At first, it's going to be hard. Oh my goodness. But then eventually it's going to become like second nature. It's going to be automatic to you. And you're going to have this feel good hormones instead of this cortisol running through you. Go to your closet, throw away all of the things that doesn't belong there. Go through your cosmetics, go through your towels, go through your kids' toys, go through your laptop, go through your phone, go through your, I don't know, underwear. If you have anything with holes in them, socks, bra, anything, throw it away. This is all sucking your energy like crazy. This is the number 4, and I hope you're writing all of this down. If not, go back to the video and write it down and make yourself like this is your priority. If you want energy, if you're tired of this fatigue. it's very important. It's very important to start listening to other people. Do you notice that sometimes other people talking, but we're still in our head? Do you notice how boring people are when you start talking to them and they're like, or me, or well, let me tell you about me. Let me tell you about my experience. So if you want to become this one of a kind, amazing woman, different one, the deep one, learn how to listen to other people. And it's going to save you so much energy too. I invite you to become a secret agent for a week. A secret agent, what they do, they have to collect as much information from other people as they can. And for that, you have to listen, you know. When your husband come to you and say, well, I did this, don't say like, oh, I am like, let me tell you about my experience. Let me tell you about my car. Let me tell you about my dog. Learn how to listen. Learn how to listen for 1 week. Forget the words me, mine, me and mine. Forget about it. Forget about me, mine, anything about you for a week. And then in a week, take a pen and a paper and write everything about yourself. You'll be amazed how it goes. You'll be amazed what you're going to find out about you. That's when you start seeing real you. Okay? And the first one, I'm telling you, find a lady who you want to be like. How does she talk? Or maybe it's going to be imaginary one. How does she walk? Is she an owner? Is she a business owner? Is she very feminine? Is she doing her makeup and hair all the time? Is she very sporty? Is she in the gym? Does she jog every morning? What does she do? And imagine that you are in a Hollywood movie and be her. Like no matter what, keep focus. Now set your alarm to go off every hour, every 2 hours, to remind you that you are not, for example, you're Jessica and you want to become, you found the woman on the internet or imaginary woman. You know how she talks, you know how she walks, she's beautiful. Like you want to be her. Name her, I don't know, Cassie. So you're not Jessica anymore. Put it on your phone. I am like Cassie. I want to take her quotes, study her, watch every video of her. Watch like not just like gossipy look at her Instagram, YouTube and stuff. Watch how she talks, watch how she walks, think about if she looks good, think about what does she do to look good. She probably does, I don't know, makeup. She probably does face mask. She probably taking care of her body, of her hair. She probably wakes up in the morning before her kids wake up and go to the gym, something like this, and start doing these things. You will see. You'll see how much energy you're gonna get, and you'll see how fast that respect you have for her, that admiration you have for her, that respect and admiration you're gonna get towards yourself. How fast, how beautifully sweet, amazing, and powerful, and that energy and that mission. Baby, you are your mission. You do, like a lot of women coming to me and say like, well, you have this and that and I don't have a mission in life. I'm like, yes, you do. My mission is me. My mission is becoming someone who can say, I admire, I respect, I love, I adore myself. And this is the hardest thing, especially for us women, because we all wounded girls who didn't receive something, who was abused, who was shamed, who was guilted into something. Women always guilt, that mom guilt is ha ha ha, everybody's funny about it. There is no mom guilt. It's not funny. Our children choose the perfect mom. There is no mom guilt. Forget about this nonsense. It's like becoming a trend, and I hate this mom guilt. No, forget it. But forget the shame. You're the best partner. You're the best girl. You're the best mom. You are the best. And the only thing is you don't have this admiration, that energy, that love towards yourself. I want to cry right now. But this is how long we lived in this. We women lived in this. And men too, and it all starts very early, and we live with this baggage and we walk around feeling lost, feeling frustrated, feeling fatigued. So what would that woman do that you want to be? Never change your mind. If you decide to do something, if you like, stop being wishy-washy. That's another thing, is such an energy like sucking thing. When you decide, okay, tomorrow I'm gonna be vegan, I'm gonna do it, and then all of a sudden YouTube video about keto show up and you doubting yourself. Oh, maybe I was wrong, maybe I was wrong. Or you're like, whatever, tomorrow I'm gonna be this certain thing with my children, and the video show up, or your mom to call you and tell you, you know, girl, like I heard this and this is good, and you changing your mind all the time. Stop that. There's something beautiful going to change in your body when you stop betraying your decisions. Even if they are wrong, you cannot know what is right or wrong until you try it. All of the information out there is wrong. Remember this. Everybody is wrong except you until you try it. If you decide to try, for example, what Alisa says, when you try it and it either works for you or doesn't work for you, then you can say that you have an experience. Live your life. Okay? Please. Forget about what other people tell you. If you decided to be vegan, geez, get yourself or I don't know, carnivore, just eat meat for 2 weeks. Stick with it until you decide, shit, it didn't work for me. It doesn't feel good. Then you know, then you become someone, not just like blah 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 person who's just talking, or just scared girl who listening to everybody's information and cannot make up her own mind. Remember, I told you, say no to everybody. Say no to mom and her information. Say no to YouTube video and their information. Or you can say yes, but then give it a chance. Close the project. Because if you decided you want to be vegan for a day, but somebody told you it's keto, you didn't close the project. Remember what I said? It's sucking your energy. Then you close the vegan, you completely close it, but then you must do the keto now for sure. You can't just like decide and then don't do it. Deep respect is coming from not betraying yourself. And the thing is, we need to change that guilt and shame into respect, admiration, support towards yourself. Stop it wishy-washy. Create that archetype. Who do you want to be like? Okay, so you want to be superhuman, mom, business owner. Always feel like you want to try everything. Always feel like you want to do things first. You must try things first. Say no to people, say no to information. Deep respect coming from not betraying yourself and your decision, even if you are wrong. Who said that they are right? You know, they told us don't eat eggs, then eat eggs, don't do this, they do this. We all playing games here. Choose your game and stick with it. Yes, you can accept somebody else's information, but be an adult about it and stick with it. Test it. You don't know what fish is like until you live in a fish body, or I don't know. You don't know, like, you don't know the experience until you experience that. And it's very important. Okay. And always have that interest. When you have that project, when you have that mission of you, I am the freaking sorceress, queen, goddess of this universe. Let me tell you, it is the truth that the whole universe is created for you. Each one of them, we have our own like tunnel in this universe that is different, that just for you, created for you. Let me tell you the secret, the whole world can change just for you. They rob us from this information right from the early childhood, when they give us this shame and guilt. And they start with sexual organs, because sexual energy, and not the sexual one where you have intercourse, that's another lie they tell us about sex. Sex is totally different. Sexual energy is totally different. God is pure sexual energy. Life is pure sexual energy. It's all creation. But what they do right from the early childhood, they tell us our sex organs are something like it trigger. Gosh, my naked child goes on the beach. He's just not even, yeah, he just turned 2. So many people get triggered. It's just a baby. What kind of thoughts you thinking when you see like my naked baby? You know what I mean? It's just because we are such wounded children. A lot of our identity is left in our childhood when they give us this shame and guilt about our body, about our sexual organs, about our choices. Don't eat apple, you need protein. Or don't eat chicken leg, it's not enough, you need to add something to it. Don't run around, you have to sit and study right now in school. Crazy how they rob us of our identity, our decision making abilities. And when they tell us our choice is wrong, we're shamed and we guilt, what do we lose? We lose our ability to respect ourselves, to hear our intuition, to make decisions. And that's how a lot of people fail to make money, to live healthy, to have energy, to have projects, to finish projects, to feel good about themselves, because we don't respect ourselves, we don't love, we don't support. So your biggest mission on this earth, clear all that mud from your carrot and start being a person who you adore, support, love more than anybody else. It's hard to do it first. That's why find somebody you adore, love, and want to be like first. Become them, and then you'll know how to become you. All right. I started this like a little spark in your heart. If you want to go deeper, of course, come to my Limitless Body. I'm doing this program right now for like the amazing things that I do with my one-on-one client. We're gonna do in the group, and it's oh my goodness, it's like $500 right now to get in. It's Tree of Life, part of my Limitless Body program. I'm just gonna give for 3 months. I'm just gonna give to you. I'm gonna change your life forever. Just get into this program. It's $500. It's like it's like free. And another thing is, if you want to have energy in life, if you want to become somebody like millionaire, some healthy, energetic, bright person, learn how to pay for everything. Millionaires, they don't get free. They don't get stuff for free. They always pay for their stuff. I learned this lesson, and it's amazing. When I, even if I listen to something on YouTube, I always find the link and I find it useful. I find it was good for me. This advice changed my life. I'll go and find the way to give this person some type of money, because it is another tip. One last thing, we get to the physical part. You must, everything is a reflection. When you give to other people, for example, that was you get it back. It was a research they did. The people, for example, if you see somebody were running a car, right, drunk, and they on the red, they didn't stop on the red light, and they like hit the woman, for example, and killed her, and she's in the hospital. What are you gonna naturally feel? Oh, this stupid like idiot. It's good that he got in jail, and they're gonna close him and gave him a sentence. You're gonna feel naturally. You're gonna feel like, yeah, that's good. He deserved it, right? But the thing is, when you feel this toward this person, that's what you get from the outside world, the judgment that's gonna get your energy. The natural feeling of a human being should be empathy. You should be like, well, poor woman and poor guy. Something, maybe he was wounded when he was a child. Something led him to being drunk all the time. He got lost. He's a wounded child. He got in trouble. Woman got in trouble. I naturally feel sympathy and empathy to other people. And that's what you're going to get. It's I forgot what is the term in psychology, how it's called, but they did the deep research about this. The people who feel empathy towards others, who don't judge, who don't say, yeah, even if the people are bad, who don't say, yeah, he deserved it or she deserved it. They naturally healthier. They naturally get more support from outside world, because what you give, you get. So don't judge people, even if they kill someone. Don't. Think about why think as an adult, like if one of your children hit other children, you're not going to be like, let me like, oh, you be like, why are they fighting? What's going on? Let me find out. That's an adult position. So about everything in your life, to get that energy, to lose that fatigue, to become an adult, analyze everything. Don't just judge. And you get more of it. And the judgy people, they always feel the judgy people, that's what they feel always. They feel fear. Imagine if you like get in a room full of people you don't know, what you're gonna feel like. Naturally, you're gonna feel fear because you think they're judging you. So that's what people who judge others, even if they're like Putin, for example, don't even judge Putin, or I don't know who you don't like, Trump or Biden. Don't judge them, because naturally, people who judge other people, they get more fears. They fear for their life, they fear for their children's life, because naturally the world give them what they give to the world. I don't know. I hope you understand what I said. Okay, enough of this. Now let's get to self. Let's get to actually energy, right? How I can help you to support energy right now. What happens here? We have the little mitochondria in our cells, the powerhouses that make energy for us. Two things we really need to think about mitochondria is when mitochondria, these powerhouses that make energy for us, when they detect inflammation, when they detect viruses, bacteria, parasites, yeast, fungus, heavy metals, toxins present in our body, they're gonna close the cell. They're gonna get into defense mode. So what they do, they stop making as much energy for us, and they seal the walls. They use calcium, calcification, and hormones can't get in, toxins can't get out. And when these powerhouses, mitochondria, make ATP energy for you, they create byproducts, like fire creates ashes. And when these can't leave the cell, they start making less energy. It's so simple. So it's basically, cell is like this. Nothing can get out, nothing can get in. And the fire dims down. Less energy is produced. We're in a defense mode. So what is natural from here? If you want more energy, you need not to reduce external stress, because it's almost impossible to do nowadays. Well, some is possible. Stop using crappy stuff on your skin. If you can't eat it, naturally you can put on your skin. But I do put something. So my rule number one, choose the best for your body. Choose the best. Do what you can. Choose the best in terms of like, I'm a girl, love to make up, but I still try to find the more natural makeup. If I still love some of my perfume, I just don't use it every day. I use it when I go out, for example, right? But the thing is, we're cleaning up. Again, come to my Limitless Body. Again, I have a parasite webinar on my YouTube. Choose your source, but please cleanse. At least once in your life, you got to do a good cleanse, good detox. Can give you so much energy. Millionaires have clear brain. People who achieve something in life have clear brain. When you have clear intestines, you have clear brain. Please remember, it's like rule number one. Inflammation. Your nerve cells gonna make a lot more energy for you when they don't detect inflammation. One is to cleanse your body. Second one is to give minerals. With our food, even the fruits and vegetables, they are lacking of mineral contacts. We all depleted. When I do the testing on my clients, it OMG, we're so like mineral balances all over the place. We like copper and zinc and potassium and phosphorus, and like all of these minerals, they're like spark plugs for the car. You know the cars, right? They're not gonna start if you don't have spark plugs working. Well, remember, minerals are spark plugs. Your car, your mitochondria, you're not gonna have energy without minerals. Inexpensive test, 165. Your minerals in your hair, you always do both blood and hair, because what circulates in the blood not necessarily gets into your tissues and your cells. What's important for you, for your energy, for your ATP, for your organs to work, for your endocrine, like for everything, is actually organs. Your brain needs to work, your ovaries. Everybody's worrying about hormones, but If you don't have ovaries, your ovaries don't work. If you don't have thyroid, if you don't have brain, nothing. Like, we're not even gonna talk about hormones. So remember, remember this. Uh, removing the offenders, all these guys, they eat bacteria parasites. I'm telling you, they rob you of energy, and they dictate your feelings, emotions, cravings. They hijacking you. Your body is not yours, and they hijacking your brain, and they hijacking your willpower. That's why you feel so lost and fatigued and tired. So when you remove all of this like dirt from shame and guilt, and when you remove those guys, especially yeast is so freaking smart. Yeast becoming chronic fungus that lives in your nose, eyes, like organs, your vagina, like every freaking where. I'm so passionate about it, excuse my language. So yeah, cleansing the body is amazing. When you like people live with the overgrowth of the bacteria, all this bloating, yeah, suppressing mitochondria, we're not making energy. If you have a war in your intestines, you have a war in your brain, and you have a war in your life. Removing everything. Okay. So, and another thing is while you're working and you're using things like celandine, I always say wormwood, amazing herb. You can use protocol, like I use functional medicine protocols, like biocide and systemic formulas, BioClear 1 and 2. There are so many ways you can do it fast. Just have to start, girl. You are your project. You are your mission. You have to start inviting you to my Limitless Body program. If not, find the protocol. There is some information on my channels. Do the one big good cleanse. Another thing is you like some, it's not even like the detox programs right now, not even enough to detox your cat. Yes, you're gonna feel a lot better, but if you want real changes in your energy, you have to work on the parasites, on the yeast, on the bacteria, and also your cells. So for that, I use iodine protocols. Iodine is freaking magical, but it has to be big quantities. That's when it becomes harmless. Actually, has to be combined with vitamin C, B, molybdenum, selenium. So it's a protocol how to use iodine. But iodine can get you rid of very chronic fungus, yeast, and brain fog that's been with you for years. Absolutely amazing. Iodine is number one. Like so many herbs people try for yeast and they're unsuccessful, and candida is still there. The iodine can do all of this, but you have to, like, I can't tell you go and do this because I'm not your practitioner. You have to work with someone absolutely to do it the right way, and you have to use like up to like 20 milligrams, which some people are gonna say what. It's crazy, right? But this is how it's working. Minerals, especially potassium, especially magnesium. 500 is not enough. You need probably, again, this is not a medical advice. Talk to somebody you work with. You need probably to 2000. That's when you, in different combinations of different magnesium and different potassium. I really like, for minerals, I really like, if you don't work with anyone, and I'm telling you, for energy, like this is what my morning is. Not even, this is a long term, right? Herbs like aloe vera, rhodiola, they're absolutely amazing. I do aloe vera for 1 month, then take a break. Then I do rhodiola for 1 month, then take a break. And like 6 months of this, you're going to see, I guarantee you, amazing changes. But also, I also love, absolutely love soda and baking soda, right? Get a very good one on Amazon, clear baking soda, and vitamin C. So what I do, I take half of a teaspoon in the morning in a very hot water when it fizzes, and then I drink it. It alkalizes your small intestine, and it teaches your to your stomach to produce energy, to produce hydrochloric acid for you, and it's really giving you a boost of energy. Another cool thing you can buy on Amazon actually is sodium ascorbate. So basically it's vitamin C plus sodium. Drink it 3 times a day, half of a teaspoon, or you can make your own sodium ascorbate. You take powdered just ascorbic acid, vitamin C. You take a half of a teaspoon in a hot water, and then you add half of a teaspoon of baking soda to it. And it's gonna You'd be like in a chemistry lab. It's gonna freeze. And then you can add amazing things to it, like lemon juice, apple cider vinegar, all of your minerals and vitamins, like liquid ones that I always tell you to drink. They're gonna give you energy, absolutely. So in the morning, I do that, and then 3 times a day. Soda, baking soda can give you energy. Baking soda can help you with the small intestine specifically. Small intestine should be alkaline. That's how all of this bloating, all of these things, SIBO, that we can't overcome, this is how you can really help it. And another thing is wormwood. It's not only going to help candida, parasites and stuff. Wormwood going to help with your pancreas to have that insulin response again, to produce enzymes that help you to digest your food, because that's how you get energy. And it also going to help your liver. Liver is your energy too, because you know what happens? Liver take your glucose, converts it to glycogen, and glycogen is your storage of your energy. So liver is one of the organs that makes energy for you. Okay. So a little bit of wormwood, it's very bitter, but liver loves bitter stuff. That's how you can jumpstart your liver to take energy again for you when you drink bitter stuffs, sour salt bitters, like everything bitter. So what I do in the morning, MSM. Another thing is we all super MSM. I combine it with DMSO. You can on my YouTube, you can find DMSO and you can look at it. MSM, I take 1 pill, don't take more, you might feel a little bit too much in your brain. You could gradually increase it, but try 1 first. And I like the Now company because they're inexpensive, but the quality is still good. You have to be so careful on Amazon about quality of this stuff or anywhere. I use full script, of course, with my clients, or systemic formulas, or like I use directly the good supplement brand, but Now it's good. And inexpensive. But the thing is, MSM with DMSO, we need that sulfur. We need that energy that can be boosted with MSM. Your liver is like, ooh, I love it, like wormwood, MSM, and DMSO. I put DMSO in water, take MSM, drink and drink that water, and it's like, ooh, nice, good boost. But in the morning, what I do apple cider vinegar. I add chlorophyll. Amazing things that can help to boost your cells. And I add Shockley, and I have Shockley. I love Shockley. I love this company. I love their shakes. I love their multivitamin because I really love the combination of minerals and vitamins in their vitalizer and their multivitamins. You need that minerals boosted first. I have the link in my Instagram, and I have a link on my YouTube, like Shockley Vivix. It helps you to they had a lot of research. They actually help you to have more mitochondria. They help you to boost the mitochondria, those guys who are making the energy for you. So what I do in the morning, I take this, where is my baking soda and ascorbic acid, sodium ascorbate. Then I do chlorophyll, all in 1 glass. You know what is so cool? Well, I separate this one, the ascorbate, and I separate the second drink, because this one, do it by itself to train my stomach produce hydrochloric acid. And I don't always do it. It's just like on and off, but this is good for energy. The second drink is Vivix, mitochondria, chlorophyll, mitochondria boost. Then I add minerals. A lot of times I add special like tincture from Systemic Formula, which has iodine in it. Then I add a rhodiola, all in 1 glass. Imagine how much goodness all in 1 glass. Then I squeeze a little bit of lemon juice. Then I can add apple cider vinegar. Then I can add liquid minerals that I usually like. Energy boost. Sometimes I do the MSM with it, and I even put a little bit DMSO at the same stuff, but you have to train yourself. Separate first, because I'm a biohacker, right? I do a lot of stuff, so I've tried it all. But the things nowadays, we have to do it. We don't get everything from food anymore. If you believe that, It's not true. But what else I do? Sometimes I use ancient earth minerals. Absolutely love these guys. Body ecology, body ecology. You can all go to Amazon. Or I do shilajit. Shilajit, my grandma used it, like it's a mumio, we call it in Russia. It's like I adore shilajit. A little bit of that, and sometimes I use this one in afternoon and this one in the morning. I can't tell you the doses. Just look at labels because this is not a medical advice. Okay, and I always say that you are fatigued, not because they always say, oh, don't do coffee. I just agree with not overdoing coffee just because it's very acidic. And when your body's trying to heal, that's why just for the healing phase, I always say, yes, it has to be vegetables. Yes, it has to be some of the smoothies. Yes, you have to get minerals in your body. You have to make it more alkaline, or like your intestine, especially small intestine, just because parasites and inflammation, they love acidity. And when you drink too much coffee, it is hard on your body. That's why I sometimes say, hey, switch to matcha, but you're getting used to all of this. You're getting used to coffee, to matcha, to... So that's why I recommend when you're really, really tired, let's cleanse your body. Let's help you to thrive. And body, when your immune system is exhausted, and when you can't even function and be with your kids, you can't freaking heal. That's why I don't understand this advice from people. Drop your coffee, drop everything. Well, I can't drop my kids. I can't stop my job. Can I get a little bit of support? That's why with my clients, I always have like ninja stuff to help them to go through the day, because fatigue is coming from what I just explained to you, from what's going on with your cells and what's going on with your mind. Fatigue doesn't come from coffee. I know people who drink liters of coffee and they they don't have no fatigue. And it's not the borrowed energy. It's all not true. All they tell you is not true. Just don't drink too much, of course. You don't have to be stupid about it. And just switch. Everything becoming poison for your body when you can't live without it, when you're becoming chronically addicted to it. So if you're chronically addicted to coffee, switch to matcha. Experiment. Another thing is what I love is guarana, and you probably can find it. It's used in energy drinks a lot. And one of these things in the morning is gonna give you it lasted like 3 times more than coffee, and it's gonna give you natural energy. It's one little pill. It's gonna give you the energy to go through entire day, to do what you need to do, to heal your body, to your immune system, like, and still do stuff. But it can be very energizing. So don't forget, you still need to relax. You still need to find the moments for yourself. That's important. But guarana is pretty amazing. You take one pill, and then what I really, really like, and it makes you feel like that boost, like feeling better, like it's dopamine. It's actually Dopamucuna, the same company now. It's Dopamucuna. This is a supplement. They can remember when we were talking about when you close your task, you have dopamine, feel good neurotransmitter. Well, it helps you to make those feel good neurotransmitters. So when I was really fatigued, I was doing 2 Dopamucuna pills, and I was doing guarana and kratom. Kratom, only green or white one, because yellow one, I think yellow one is supposed to be like a drug because it's opium, and this is not a drug. You have to be very careful with kratom. Do your research, think about it. It's called Kratom, kratom. And what it does, it lifts your mood, it helps your neurotransmitters, it helps you to be energized, but it also lifts your mood. And what I used to do is I used to do matcha chocolate, the raw chocolate, raw cacao powder, kratom, turmeric with a little bit black pepper, because turmeric absolutely help you to your neurotransmitters, help you feel better and be energized. And cacao, raw cacao, is very healing for your adrenals. Forget they told you don't do chocolate. Just do the 80% chocolate, very good chocolate. Chocolate is healing for your adrenals. They want to rub you everything, like your energy, be super strict. No, we need to heal with pleasure. Forget about this nonsense. The yeast gonna do so much more to your body than coffee. Although you can get yeast with coffee because it's the most sprayed. That's why either you drink very good quality organic coffee and a little bit, maybe espresso. But I would recommend even coffee peel with or matcha or guarana is my favorite because, and then when you take one guarana, for example, you can, instead of 5 cups of coffee, you just probably want one and you still have energy. You know what I'm saying? Your body is not that acidic. And bad coffee beans, that can give you a lot of fungus because they're full of fungus. Bad coffee, oh my goodness. If you like, the good way to check it, to test it, that mush that's left from coffee, leave it over counter. If it start getting mold, your coffee is not good. Because our coffee, like my husband drink, it can sit over the counter for a week and it's not gonna get mold because the beans doesn't have mold. So that's it. Tell me if it was helpful. Tell me when you're gonna watch it on a replay or right now. Just tell me. It's like the biggest thing for me is to know that I helped. Oh, magnesium. Yeah, magnesium, absolutely. Magnesium sulfate. So magnesium malate and sulfate are, bicarbonate is a good one, but it's messy to make it. I'm not even gonna go there. Magnesium sulfate and malate I like for energy right now. The minerals, the iodine, cleansing, and what else is gonna give you lots of energy, but you have to be smart about it. And that's what I do in my Limitless Body program. We get to it smart. Is the dry fasting. It's when you don't eat, don't drink, but if your body is very toxic and it's a lot of garbage in there before you even do the iodine. After my iodine protocol, people get into the dry fasting a lot easier. It's like easy. When you fast, you get energy. Right now, if you're very sick, you probably, especially with adrenal fatigue, I would try it. You're probably gonna get very sick if you fast. But when your body is healthy, and the healthier you are, the easier the fasting is. And amazing after dry fast for longer time, you go after this and you're like, oh, I want to go to the gym, I want to run around, I want to do this, I want to do that. Food feels amazing. I love everybody. Like, dry fasting can absolutely change your life, but you just don't just dive into it. You work with somebody like me or somebody like who know what they're doing to get into this gradually, and it's absolutely life transforming. Like, you feel like the whole universe turning around and like, here, baby, what do you want? You want energy? You want good, you want food feels like heaven? You want the good opportunities? You want, like, what do you want? Yeah, so everything, like, promise you, everything is in your hands, baby. The only thing I want you to remember, and maybe rewatch this video, your energy, your beauty, your health, your universe is in your hands. Become bright eye, like they have the bright bright eyes and bushy tail, about how to create this project of yours. You are your masterpiece. You are your mission on this earth. When you respect, love, adore yourself more than anybody else, because you are that woman or that man, you are that creator, you are that millionaire, you are that healthy, energetic, beautiful person, strong one. That's when you create a lot of love that you radiate in this earth. And that's how, as a humanity, we can win. We can absolutely change our economy, our health industry, how we treat earth, how we live here. Your mission is you. Our vibration, our love for ourselves can change the world. Not the going outside with when they riot and stuff. This is all dark. This is all children do. Children, they go outside with the protest. Children, they have broken families, messed up relationships, messed up bodies, but they always riot for something. They're always trying to prove that they are right. Those are children. And we are adults. You're beautiful. You have so much to give to this world. You have businesses to build. You have body to be proud of. You have soul to give so much to this earth. We becoming antennas to receive the God's love and spread it to our earth when we start with ourselves. When we start with taking responsibility for our own body, mind, and soul. And the best way to become to that real you, to hear your soul, to start with your body and here on earth, and to start with your mind. I love you all. I hope this was helpful. And if you have any questions, if you want to come and work with me, if you want to just join the Limitless Body program, come on, send me a text. Ali, I love you all. Just, yes, I'm one question away. Whatever you want, just ask me a question or just talk. I'm here to help. Even if you want to do it yourself, rewatch the video, start writing down, start unloading your brain, start using the things that I'm talking about. Choice is yours. Which pill you choose, red or blue? And there is no time to waste anymore. The earth going so fast. We must do it. But time is ticking. Do it for yourself, babe. You are your mission. Okay, love you. Bye-bye.